Hey everybody, it's Dr. V. I'm back here for your daily energy read for the Twin Flame, Soulmate, Divine Counterpart, Divine Love Connection. I'm going to do a little bit of a different spread today. So let's do it. Oh, quick before I jump in. First of all, I just wanted to say thank you so much to everybody who's liked, subscribed, commented, and shared my videos. I love you. Thank you for all of you who have sent in energy donations. I really appreciate that. It's just very lovely to receive those from you. I'm just so grateful for all of that. The other thing I wanted to throw out is that I'm offering a limited time availability for a discounted twin flame reading. So the link is in the description box. There's a coupon, and it is limited. It's only open to a certain amount of people, and so once that is gone, it's gone, and then it won't be available until I offer it again. So if that's something that you want and you'd like to save, it's about half off of what the normal charge is, to get the, not quite half, but about 40% off of what the normal charge is. So if you want to hop in and get one of those, I suggest that you do that now, because I announced it briefly yesterday. Actually, I think I said I was thinking about doing it, and then I did it, posted it, and some of them already sold. So it's super, if you want that and you want to save a little bit of money and get one of the best readings that you'll ever get. And I'm totally saying that because I've gotten some feedback around that, not because I have a big head. But I really want you to have that opportunity. So if that's something that interests you, then go ahead and jump in and get that for yourself in the next, it'll sell out quickly, I'm sure. So yeah, that's that. And if you want any of my other readings, they are available. You can click on the link in the description box and it will take you to my scheduling site, and you can go ahead and book right there. Keeping in mind, these are not live readings unless you choose that specific option. The readings are recorded, and you will be sent a private link on YouTube, and you'll be able to access it there for really forever. I won't ever delete those. So that is that. All of that housekeeping out of the way, let's just jump right in. So the first part of this spread, I'm doing it a little bit different, is the issues that you need to be addressing. Each of you, this is a collective, between the collective energies of the divine masculine and feminine. So these are the issues that are, really need to be worked on to prepare you for union. So Spirit, use me as a clear channel for communication. I ask that the messages that come through be for the highest good of all those concerned. I draw a sacred circle around this space, setting my ego to the outside, and call upon my guides, counsels, angels, and higher wisdom to guide this reading. Thank you. Let's do it. Issues. First one, darkest fears. Next one is the base chakra and teaching. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is that the issues that need to be addressed in order to bring this connection into union is that people need to really work on facing their darkest fears. So if there are fears that you have been avoiding or ignoring, or things that you just don't want to know, it's time for you to really step into feeling that. So face your shadow, face whatever it is that you're most afraid of. Be honest with yourself. Are you afraid that you'll never come back into union? You'll never have this connection again? You'll never know a love like this? Whatever that might be. Are you afraid of, just like, are you afraid of dying? Are you afraid of whatever it is, literally whatever you can think of that you're afraid of, face it. Because once you face your darkest fears and you realize that, sure, there are things that definitely are scary to face, but it's not, often our minds make them a lot bigger than they really are. And that's something that I think is really important to acknowledge. It's that, fears are so much, they're just bigger. It's like once you've done something, it's like you might be terrified of a roller coaster, and you go on it and it's over and you're like, yeah, that wasn't as bad as I thought. Or it was as bad as I thought, but I didn't die, I survived, and that's that. So really face those fears and recognize that they're bigger in our minds than they are in the world. base chakra, this is about safety and the sense of belonging in the world. If you're not feeling safe, if you're not feeling like you belong in this world, if you're not feeling like that sense of security, if you're feeling like unstable, you don't have a home, you don't have money, things like that, that's something that you need to work on. Really address that, because as you address that, it'll bring you closer to union. And then this piece right here, what I'm getting from this is that it's for a lot of people, there still hasn't been this full stepping into union. Not into union, sorry. I'll just go with, yeah, there hasn't been that either. But what I mean is mission. Is that people are still not fully living in their mission. There's this energy that I'm picking up on of people kind of holding off on things until they're connected back with their twin, but that's not how it works. It actually, work on your purpose. Write what wants to be written. Say what needs to be said. Step into your mission. And as you step into mission, you'll actually move closer to union. Okay, so being in passion, living your life, living the way that you want to live with all the bliss, the excitement, doing what you're meant to do in the world is actually going to bring you closer to union. So anything that you're holding off on in terms of mission work, because you feel like you have to do it with your twin, that's a limiting belief, and you've got to work through that, and that will help you get closer to union. So what is preventing union on the viewer's end? Giving and receiving. Observe. And believing and succeeding. So whoever, who's the person who's watching right now, what's blocking, what your block is, the first one is giving and receiving. It's this inability to be able to allow yourself to give and receive equally. So you may either be overgiving, which you probably are, where you may be giving out of this sense of, if I give, people will love me, that kind of energy, but you're out of balance in that sense. And so that's actually a block. You have to be able to give and receive equally. The next card that came up is observe. It's the Hanged Man in the traditional tarot. It's about not letting yourself get a different perspective. You've got to observe things more carefully and give yourself the permission to see things from a different perspective. Sometimes we limit ourselves because of what we perceive. We don't allow ourselves the fullness of the experience because we're not allowing ourselves to look at it from a different angle. And when we look at things differently, the image can shift, if that makes sense. So it's like if you're looking at things only from your view and you're not looking at it from perhaps your divine counterpart's view, then you may be missing the bigger picture. And so it's super important to recognize that in this time of, hanged man kind of not moving forward, just kind of being in this observer space, to give yourself permission to look at things from all angles, look at it from other perspectives. Some things, it's like you can write out in your journal your experience as your as if you were your divine counterpart, and try and see things from their perspective. Try and get into their skin and see things so that you understand them a little bit better. And the final card in your block area, excuse me while I take a sip. Coffee. Your final block is believing and succeeding. Some of you are still struggling with doubt. You're still struggling with believing that this is actually possible and that it's going to happen for you. And so if you're in that space, you've got to work through that. You've got to get into that space of complete and total faith that whatever is happening is what's meant to happen, and it's going to be what it's going to be, and you're not going to let yourself cave into the fears, into the doubts, because that's what happens a lot, and people end up, limiting and hindering yourself because you're not allowing yourself to really have that faith to see things be successful. And that is a block. It is definitely something that will hinder these connections from moving forward. This is a faith. So, the twin flames are about personal transformation. It's about ascension. It's about growth, and it's also about having faith. It's about recognizing that as long as you're doing your work, that everything is going to work out the way that it's meant to work out, and it's taking the pressure off of things working out the way that you think they should work out because of how you want them to be. It's just surrender. It's about letting go and being in that space of, non-attachment, that you're just trusting whatever is going on is what's meant to happen, and you're not going to freak out and be in fear about it. So what is the other's block, the other person in the connection? It's the lead card. That's the Emperor in the traditional tarot. Heart chakra. And healing. Okay. I'm hoping that that's all visible on camera. So what they're blocked in, first of all, is the leadership. It's taking that position of leadership. It's like being a leader comes with responsibility, right? It's that saying, with great power comes great responsibility. So being someone who's in charge, who's a leader, definitely has a lot of responsibility that comes with it. And a lot of people will shirk away from their responsibilities because it's scary. Because that responsibility means that you're accountable. It means that if things get screwed up, it's because you screwed it up. It's, you're the one that makes the decisions, then you're responsible for what happens. And a lot of people just shirk away from that because being responsible means that, I think it was Erica Zhang, she wrote Learning to Fly, said, what's the, I'm paraphrasing here, but basically like, what happens when you take full responsibility for your life? A terrible thing. There's no one else to blame. So a lot of people stay away from stepping up into leadership and taking those roles because they don't want to be accountable for what happens. So right now, what's blocking the counterpart of the viewer is taking the lead, stepping into that leadership position and owning their power. That's something that they're afraid of, and so they're kind of playing small because it feels safer. They're also blocked in their heart chakra. They're not letting themselves feel the love. There's this sense of kind of, what I'm getting is almost like this armor over the heart chakra, like a calcification, where it's just become like a little bit hardened. And so it's not that it's like completely inactive, it's limited, it's like hindered. It's putting your hand over a flashlight, where it's, the flashlight is really bright, but if you put your hand over it, the light becomes very muffled and dull. That's what is happening with their heart chakra. That is very blocked energy. I'm also noticing right now that there's 2 4s in a row, so look that up. There's definitely some meaning to that, because whenever 2 4s show up together, whenever 2 numbers repeat themselves, it's something worth noting. The number 4 is suggestive of, security, dependability, having a good structure, solid integrity. So what it could suggest is that they're working through those issues, that maybe they haven't stepped into the leadership because they feel like they're not solid enough yet, and they're working on that. And part of that journey is going to be opening that heart chakra and allowing themselves to heal. Okay, so this is the Star card in the traditional tarot. So this could be suggestive of Aquarius for some of you. This person could be an Aquarius. It doesn't have to be. It's just throwing it out there. That's a possibility. This is about one of the blocks is that this person needs to heal. They need to forgive. They need to forgive themselves. They need to forgive others. They need to do the work of healing, so that they can shift the circumstances into what they want to see. It's about letting go of blame. It's about releasing the need to be right and that ego kind of stuff, releasing resentment, just setting themselves free from all of those chains that have bound them in life, really, not just this connection, but in life as a whole. So what can be done to help the couple move through these blocks? Look at that. Dreams coming true. I love it. I'm gonna have to adjust the camera a little bit so that you guys can see the whole spread. Okay. Dream coming true. Strengthening bonds. and balance. I love this. So what can be done to help this, to move beyond this block? Believe that your dreams can come true. Remember when I looked that card up there about believing and succeeding? This is about really accepting that your dreams can come true. There are people who are, you know, still doubting that it's possible, still doubting that it's real. You gotta believe that it's real. Okay, be very clear about what you want your relationship to look like. Journal it out, visualize it, do the work. Do the work of seeing your dreams coming true. It's like I'm one of those people that when I have a dream, when I have something that like drops into my spirit about something, I don't just like think about it. I actually visualize it. I see it coming to pass, and it works. You know, it's like I see things where I will be like, oh, I want to do this, and then I'll like plan it out. So it's like if I want to go to New York in August, then I'm gonna look up, even if it's not something that I'm thinking about, or like that I'm if it's just something like a thought that passes, I'll literally like look up flights, I'll look up, you know, where I would stay, things that I want to do, and really start seeing it coming to pass. And what ends up happening is that it comes to pass. So you've got to get that committed to your dream. You've got to get that anchored into your dreams coming true, that you want that you see it coming true, you see it, you feel it, and you believe in the fulfillment of your dreams. The strengthening bonds card. So if you're not in communication or you're not in contact, then that, you know, it feels for a lot of people that it can be difficult to strengthen bonds with somebody that you're not in contact with. But that's looking at it from a limited perspective. If you think about it from the 5 higher realms connections, that we're all connected, we're all together in this journey, right? And so you can strengthen the bonds with your twin by meditating, by having telepathic communications. You can visualize yourself and like get into a meditative state where your higher self and their higher self are meeting and having conversations. And so you can literally work on healing and strengthening these bonds in the higher realms without even being in contact with them. You know, that's part of the cool piece about being connected with one another, is that we can actually do that. And this card, this is all about coming into balance. This is about the marriage of the inner masculine and inner feminine, working so that you know which energy you're in and how you can shift your energies as necessary. It's literally about coming into balance. This card to me, it says until you come into inner union with yourself, you're not going to be able to come into outer union with your twin. So it's very, very important that you do the work to be able to create that sense of inner balance. Marry, you know, literally that inner marriage between your divine masculine and your divine feminine, because we all have them, and bring them into union together on the inside so that you can manifest union on the outside. And so the likely outcome in the next, you know, short while. Observe. Flow. I'm going to move this again. And dedicated effort, which I just absolutely love. Okay, so what's going to be happening is that there's going to be people that are going to be relinquishing their need to be in, you know, controlling everything. There's also going to be people that will be this is about relinquishing control, but also being self-mastery. It's where you're not being like led around by your feelings and by your thoughts. It's like you become the master of your feelings. You learn to control your experience, your self-awareness. It's like you literally are stepping into self-mastery. That's what that card is saying to me. And also going with the flow. This is, first of all, it's the end of a cycle, so there will be cycles coming to an end soon, so just be prepared for that. And there will also be someone just stepping into the flow. Every time I see this card, what I think of is somebody like floating in a pool, where it's like you're just literally just lying there and the water is supporting you and you're just going with like whatever. You're not trying to direct where you're headed. You're not trying to control it. You're not trying to manage it. You're just with it. You're just flowing and just feeling like completely at ease. completely in a state of grace, complete flow state, and just being with it and trusting that the universe is going to manage the situation and take care of you, because that's what the universe does. Now this part here, again, we have repetitive 8s. So again, paying attention to numbers. We have 6s up here that are repeating too, so interesting. 6 and 6 and then a 12. So interesting. The dedicated effort. This to me is about you, viewer, stepping your game up. It's like dedicated effort. It's that sense of, you know, and I say this all the time, and you guys just have to bear with me. But if it's like, people will say all the time that they want something. It's like people will be like, "Ooh, I want to have, like, you know, I want to have, you know, the best body of my life," or "I want to become a master at meditation," or "I want to, you know, X, Y, and Z, fill in whatever it is." And then when it comes down to it, it's like, but do they really do it? It's like, you can want to have, you know, the best body of your life, but are you really willing to put in the dedicated effort? Are you really willing to get up and work out every day? Are you really willing to, you know, cut out all of the junk food and eat a healthy diet? Are you ready? Are you willing to hire a personal trainer? If you want to be, you know, become a meditation teacher, are you really willing to do what it takes? Right? That is something that you have to consider. And if you're not, just be honest with yourself. Be like, well, yeah, I'd like that, but I'm not willing to put in the effort for it. And that's okay. Maybe there will come a point where you are willing to put in the effort. It's fine. There's no judgment. It's just being honest with yourself. But what I'm seeing is that people are going to get serious and really get into this dedicated effort, where it's not going to be any more of like, this is what I want, but I'm not really willing to do it. Where it's literally going to be more about like, I'm committed to this and this is what I'm doing. And you know, if you want to create this inner union, and you want to create the spiritual inner conditions where you can manifest your own connection, where you can manifest your connection with your partner, then you're going to have to put the effort in. It's going to have to be doing those, you know, the twin flame meditations. It's going to be doing the energy clearing. It's letting things go, forgiving. It's not going to happen with just because you want it to happen. So what I'm saying is that where you're headed is people will be stepping their game up into this dedicated effort, where they're willing to do the hard work to get what it is that they say that they want. And because you're willing to do the hard work, you will be rewarded. So that's really, really beautiful card spread. I hope you like this spread. It's something that I just decided to try, and I like it. So I'm going to move this aside here, and I want to use the Lover's Oracle. I'm just going to do one quick message from the divine, from your counterpart. Spirit, one message, please, from the, what does the goodness gracious. Okay. Friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship, and your love life will dramatically improve. So what I'm getting from that, one more, Spirit, is that there's like, take the pressure off. It doesn't have to all happen right now. Secret admirer. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they're letting on. I love that. So just be mindful of that, okay? That it's like, even though they may not be acting like it or saying it, that they definitely have those feelings. They're just kind of keeping it under wraps right now. So I hope that this reading was helpful and beneficial. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Take care. Bye-bye.